Hey, everybody. Look, as soon as I go to speak and I start coughing. Come on in. We're going to hang out for a little bit tonight. I'm going to finish my sample from last night's Wreath class that I never finished. So come on in. I haven't, none of this is glued in. I didn't have like access to a glue tool while I was teaching, so I just kind of like just went with it, you know? So come on in. I'm just gonna make sure this is secure. Hi Cheryl, how are you? And oh, let me pull up comments over here. Now I have noticed that my comments on the iPad tend to be filtered, and for that I'm sorry. So hey Tracy, how are you? I bet you got me shared in. I'm here with Craft Around the Clock tonight. So come on in. We'll hang out for a little bit and just make this wreath. So I just finished up inside the design school, and we finished up that swag there. And so now I'm going to finish up this piece. I had a wreath class last night. I'm going to take all this out. It's not glued in. I had a wreath class last night for a group of preschool teachers. And I kind of had like a glue station because we did the class inside one of their little classrooms. So it's like you couldn't really, just wasn't convenient to run the electric, all over. So when you're in those kinds of situations and you're doing craft classes, right? I don't know if any of you all here do your own craft classes. But when you're in those situations, you kind of improvise, right? And so when you can't have a glue tool at each person's seats, I'll do a glue station. And in this situation, it worked out that like wasn't ideal for me to have my own. So I still taught with this up on an easel, and I didn't trim any things. I had a lot of length to work with on the tools, and I just did my thing without any glue. And I never, it was a pretty good sized wreath class. It was 11 ladies. And when it's that, and they all wanted me to make the bow, and which I totally enjoy doing. So anytime there's a class that size and I'm making the bow, a lot of times I never get to finish my wreath, right? So I start out showing them the foundation and the basics, and then they're off to the races doing their thing, and I'm walking around just kind of, hands-on one-on-one talk, helping them out. Hey, Darla. Hey, Lori. Hey, Sammy. How are you? So anyway, that's how it works out. So if you're wondering like, well, why isn't your wreath finished? That's why. So very seldom do I finish mine. Well, come on in. What are y'all doing on this Thursday night? I've been enjoying the Thursday night thing. I was just telling everybody in the crew that I haven't even unpacked everything from last night. I haven't shared myself around, so I'm going to do that now. I haven't even unpacked everything from last night's class. And I have another class tomorrow night. That is, again, not in my studio, so I have to unpack everything from last night. Then pack up for the new class. And then I have a class in here on Saturday, so when I'm done with Friday's class, I have to unpack. It's like, pack, unpack, repack. But it's all good things, like for the reason for it, right? So I am not complaining. Just letting you know. Hey Kelly. Hey Dawn. What are you doing? So begin in color. So Sammy, what's your thing? What do you like to? I mean, like not what's your thing, but what's your thing? What do you like to do? Begin in color. You painter. You like tell me what the color is. Any of you all that have a business page and you're in here right now hanging out on your personal page, I hope that you log out real quick and go over to your business page and come back in and say hi to everybody. I like y'all to be able to get your business page out there. All right. I'm just going back and doing the same thing I already had. I'm just cutting it up a little bit more in some more controllable pieces. and I'm gluing this time. So that's all we're doing. And these monogram wreaths, I love to, I have them as a class. I'll also like to market them locally. I do pretty well selling them locally. I live in Maryland, right on the Virginia line. You probably wouldn't consider that South, but you know, people in the South love monogram stuff. You put an initial on it, people love it. And I am determined that I am going to hit a realtor. Like, it's going to be one of my future clients, okay? So I keep doing these monogram wreaths. They keep selling for me. I'm going to keep doing it. But if you're wondering, that's why. Hey, Chandra. Hey, girl. All right, you started out doing paint parties, and then you went to Wreath into town. Oh, I love that. You're in the floral biz for a long time. Oh, well, Sammy, I love that. Well, nice to meet you. Hey, Mara. What are you doing, lady? How you been? I don't know if you know it, but I have I've turned some of my craft club ladies into, they are now into the molds and stuff like that. And one of the ladies has ordered some stuff from you. So I love that. She keeps coming in and she's like, so I got a new mold. I got the seashell mold. I'm like, Tina, okay, like you get serious. She was a painter. So Sammy's the same, like she started out painting, but now she is like loving the flowers and all the things. But she's a member of my monthly craft club and comes in and we do all kinds of projects for that. But, and Chandra, I said tonight in the crew, I don't know if, I didn't see you in the comments, doesn't mean you weren't there because you know it filters. But I am going to the cowboy boot arrangement. I'm going to do another one. I don't think there's one in Kajabi, and I'm pretty sure it's probably because when I did it, it was before I had access to download my lives out of the private group. So I'm going to redo it. So if you get that cowboy boot arrangement, but I'll redo it and show you how. I'm going to show how in a real boot, but you can tweak that for one of the containers. You're usually on your personal page. You are? Sammy, what's your personal page? But stay on your business page. What's your personal page? Like, do I know your last name? I mean, you don't have to tell me your last name, but... Hey, Crafty Hawk Mom. How are you? Hey, Bonnie. You love... Aw, thanks, Mira. I just adore you, too. So, Crafty Hawk Mom, what's your name? I want to be able to call you by your name. I always think of the country song when I say that. She don't even call me by my name. You look and you don't see... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like it's not in there. I glanced through, too. I was just looking on the app on my phone, and normally I'm always on my computer. I was like, man, I don't see it. So, I'm gonna redo one, or do a new one, right? I was gonna do it tonight, but I realized that the boot that I had in my mind to do, because you know, of course, I had the idea of driving here. I was like, oh, Chandra needs a boot. Psh, I'll do a boot tonight. Okay, I totally dreamed that thing up in my head, and then I got here, and I remembered that I had sold the boot that I was thinking I had, so I didn't have it. So I was like, okay, I need to get a new boot. But I think maybe... I'm going to do a patriotic swag, and the boot. So we'll see which is Monday and which is Thursday next week, right? So patriotic swag, whether that's Monday or Thursday, and then the boot, whether it's Monday or Thursday. We'll see how quick I can find that boot, right? Oh, wait, what am I doing? I want to put these in here. So wish me luck. Perez, Sammy Perez. I do know Sammy Perez from Texas. Yes, wait, you do, I think you, didn't you take one of my, did you take one of my workshops, or you had like my lasso? I know your name. I definitely know your name. I've seen your page. I've commented on your page. I love your work. Yes. Well, thanks. Wait, hold on. I thought it was like designed by Sammy. Anyway, okay. Well, thanks for being here. And now, we need to remember that. Beginning color by Sammy. Beginning color by Sammy. I want to remember that. Hey, Shannon. Look, Shannon's like, I'm going to tell her, because the other night she was in there. I was like, hang up, Meshy. I was like, wait a minute, that's Shannon. But I didn't remember until after, because you know. If any of you all have ever done a live, like, or if you've been on a live and you've heard a creator say live brain, like it is a real thing. Stumble on your words. I'll also will start a conversation, squirrel into something else because I see a comment, totally forget about the first conversation I was having, not even come back and even finish the story on it. So I just leave people totally hanging. I'm sure they love hanging out with me. They're like, okay, yeah, half stories. I don't know what the heck's going on. Anyway, you gotta like a little bit of a hot mess to probably enjoy it over here. A little bit of a fly by the seat of my pants. Good intention, but chaotic. Like those are probably going to be words that work themselves into my like my either my obituary or like if somebody gives me like a eulogy. Had good intentions, but chaotic. Anyway. I think last week a lady asked me if I was drinking. I think she was being funny though. I don't think she meant it in a bad way. I think she was being funny. I'm like, no girl, that's just the hot mess. Hey, I do know you, Lori. Hey, Mom. How are things going? How was spring break with the grandbabies? As you have fun? Are you boxing up? What you doing with me tonight? What are you doing while you're hanging out with me? Are you boxing or are you hanging? Tell me. You asked about me until Pampas Grass a couple of days ago. It's not like you don't have money. But also, I can't assume, like, if I remember, like, your first name, but I don't remember the last name, I can't assume it's the same one, because I've done that a couple of times, and I've been wrong. Like, for instance, it was just last weekend, I was in a live, like, a marathon with, or not marathon, but like an event, right? Like a live event. So it's like, you know, you have people before you and people after you, and it's just nice and courteous that you try to watch along and support everyone, right? It's not just about you. I say that and I haven't watched anybody today in Craft Around the Clock. I'm so sorry. Like, see, I'm like eating my words and feel like a hypocrite. Anyway, this is how I squirrel and don't finish the whole thought. But anyhow, what was I even saying? The event, right? And so there was a lady named Ellen who I was watching my friend Misty, and there was a lady named Ellen in the comments. And I thought for sure this Ellen had a page. Like, I just felt like I knew, right? And so she was like talking about a pick machine, and Misty Misty doesn't have a pick machine. So Ellen was asking questions. Oh, what does it look like? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I'm up next, right? And I see Ellen come in the comments, but it was EP's Crafty Corner Ellen, not the Ellen that was asking about the pick machine. I was like, Ellen, oh, so glad you're here. Look at my pick machine. Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, Heather, I have a pick machine. And I was like, not the right Ellen. And I'm so sorry. So anyway, I say all of that to say I've done all of those things before and thought that I had it all right. I knew the name, I remembered all the things, and I still got it wrong, so. Hi, Melody. You are by. I figured you were doing something. Box, this sounds about right. Hey, Frida, how are you? How are you? I still managed to get it wrong. Normally, I'm pretty good with remembering. Like, you know what I mean? I'll if I mess it up one time, that's usually and like I catch it, like we're here and it's a moment when I catch it, it'll get, like I won't mess it up again, normally. There's always, alright. I'm gonna hold this up in a hot second and let you see. I'm using purples. I might use some blues too, not sure. I've done this in all greenery, an all white one, and so I thought, because you know it's all about the photos, right? So I figured, I'll do one in purples, right, to show different colors and stuff. Because you know, like people can envision a different color, but in fact, some people can't envision a different color, so. Paula's like, yeah. I mean well, but I can mess it up. So what you all got going on? What's on your plate for this weekend? This is I want to save this piece. I'm going to put it over there so I stop touching it. What do y'all got going on for this weekend? Any plans? Like we're moving from, now we've had Easter, so now it's kind of like we're kind of mentally telling ourselves that like spring, right? We're getting out of spring, we're getting into summer. I know we're counting our chickens before they hatch because I'm sure it's still chilly in most of the U.S. I have chilly days anyway, unless you're lucky enough to be in like Florida or Texas or something like that, but or like sunny California. But are you thinking about like, you know, your summer holidays? Anybody got like any summer vacations planned? What y'all doing? Hey, just Jackie Crafton, how are you? Hey, Kelly, what's up? Jackie, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. I was just saying, I feel like a hypocrite. I haven't watched anybody. I appreciate you being here. I catch some of the ladies in the morning. I enjoy the craft around the clock with coffee. What better way to wake up than like, so that's where I'm starting. You can tell where I'm going to go with the bow, right? Actually, let's put a little piece of something behind that. It's giving me a little bit too much of a bear vibe. 3-day weekend. That sounds amazing. And I love that you are, do you already have your projects planned out, or do you just kind of go with it, or do you have like a shopping spree planned? Do you have like your little baskets already planned out? You already know what you're doing? Sometimes I feel like I got my crap together, and then other times I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. Thought you did, and you don't. But anyway. All right, there. Much better. A little base for my bow. All right, do I want to go ahead and play with these and then make the bow? I feel like I do. So if you're wondering, like, well, in what order do you put together a wreath? I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm teasing. I mean, I sorta, kinda, not, right? Because like I do teach it, right? And I do teach like kind of like a, you know, recipe or a pattern and all of that, but a lot of times when I'm making something, I'm just, you know, I'm just kind of like feeling it out. Like, well, I got a lot of green there. Might as well light it up. Like, you know what I mean? It's just at this point, right? Here in Georgia, one day you need shorts, next is a sweater. I know. See, that was us. We had like this moment where we had like 80-degree weather. It was so nice out. And then the very next day, it was like, we had like 2 days of that. And then the very next day, a bunch of days in a row of cold, nasty rain. Like, what is this? I don't like the back and forth. And I think that's why, like, I mean, I like that spring means that summer's on the way, but I don't know how you all feel. Like, some of you all are probably like, no, I hate the heat. I like cold weather, right? I don't like cold weather. I used to really enjoy 4 seasons. Like I loved like the snow, like seeing the snow and all of that stuff. But the older I've gotten, I have arthritis and stuff like that in my hands. And for whatever reason, and I've had people tell me that this isn't like an arthritic feeling, that I probably have more going on. But when my hands and things get cold and my feet get cold, they burn. They feel like they've been lit on fire, and that feeling doesn't go away like just by warming up. You know what I mean? Like it lingers usually up and until like I'll just go to sleep, and then it'll just wear off sometime in my sleep, and you know, I'll wake up and it's gone. So long story, I don't like to be cold, and I find like I get cold so quick, and I feel like I'm just like locked up like this, like so I want the heat. I want the heat. I don't want the cold. I don't care if I'm sweating. I don't care. I'll put a fan on my face. I don't care. But I don't want to be cold. But I'm sure some of you feel the exact opposite. Like, I'd rather be, you know, like freezing than ever to be like hot and sweaty. No shopping. Okay, so you did, all right, you already did that last weekend, and you plan on working on developing your recipes for the food. See, I love that. Like, I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna send you the link then to my YouTube so that you can at least see that one tutorial. It's from the boot that I did for my workshop. So I'll send that to you so you can see that one. And then, you know, we'll do the one next week live in the crew, and then you'll have already made one. So maybe if you have like another container or vessel or something like that, or, you know, you just see it, right? Y'all, them boot arrangements and stuff are, and I mean any boot, rain boot, you know, any kind of high heel boot. Shoot, I could see Mara, like, I could see you doing like an amazing, because you do like the coolest shoes and stuff. She like she can change like a jean jacket, or like she can do any of that, just turn it into a piece of art, like tennis shoes or whatever. So I could see you like rocking that. Read your comment. Oh wait, oh I'm sorry. You're with your summer girl all the way. Thank you. Hey Cynthia. All right, wait. You're recuperating or resting from an accident with your car. You was total. Oh my gosh. You have a fracture. Oh, Frida, I'm so sorry. Prayers to you, lady. Thank goodness. Thank goodness you know, that was like you're here. That's scary. I hope you heal quick. So sorry. You went a little crazy and you bumped him. Oh, well, then there you go. So practice on this one, and then you'll be able to identify like, okay, this is where I definitely want, you know, you can ask questions, right? Like while I'm making it. All right, so this is where I'm at so far. I can see another little spot I'm gonna add, but like, add some color. And if you're wondering who is S, I don't know. Smith, Stanley, Schmishmushman. I don't know. I don't know who S is. I was picking out letters for the class. I like, you know, I got the letters that that the ladies picked and stuff, and then I picked letters that they didn't have because I just figured, you know, just like different letters. Picked S. Sounds good to me. Right? Right. Yeah. Summer. I am so ready. And normally I don't like spend a lot of time at the beach or anything like that, Jackie. I don't, you know what I mean? But I just, I like being warm. I used to enjoy sitting in the sun, and as I've gotten older, I don't. Like, I know, like you, I feel like I look better with sun, like, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I don't want to do it anymore. All right, we're going to go in with a bow. So I got a little black and white Swiss dot, just because I thought it was a little sharp, a little, you know, classic. And then some of the purple velvet, and I chose 2 thin ribbons, so we're just going to make a loopy bow. S for summer, yes. Yes, there you go. S for summer. S for stop. Hey Vivian, how are you, lady? How are you doing? How are things going for you? All right, I like tails, especially on thin ribbon. All right. Looks good to me. Right, right. I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do 3 loops of each 3 loops. I did 3 loops and 6 loops. All right, I'll do 4 loops of each. I changed my mind a lot. Anybody else feel that way? Like, well, yeah, we're all crafters. What am I talking about? I'm in great company of changing minds. What? That's all we do is change our mind. I'm not feeling that. I love the liberty of like changing my mind. I'm an overpacker. I want options. You know what I mean? Like I love all that. It's a booger if you're going somewhere where you've got to like have like a specific weight on your luggage. But I have pretty much mastered that though. Normally when I get out there it's like 49.5. Every once in a while, it'll be like 50.5, and all I have to do is like take out my umbrella or something. It's umbrella. Garrett used to always say umbrella, so we still say umbrella. We still say armbow for elbow, but it's like a little art, right? When you can get it, it's like such a proud moment too when you get that suitcase on the. If anybody's been like a traveler or anything like that for their job, like you're going to totally understand what I mean when I say that. When you put you're so proud. You put it on the scale. It's like 49.5. You're like, I know. I think I could still do it. Carol, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're just in here hanging out, making a wreath. You know what people's do's, what you do on a. I was going to say a Saturday night. It is not a Saturday night. No, it is not. And not even close. It's a Thursday. Everybody. If you have a business page, you want to come in on your business page instead of your personal page. I hope that you do that and say hi. Let everybody say hi back to you. My name is Heather. I don't know if I've introduced myself. I know we might have some new friends in the room, especially because we're being streamed in Craft Around the Clock. But my name is Heather, and my business here is Velvet and Vines Design, and I also own a DIY studio in my local area where I host DIY classes. I also do those classes outside of my studio. So like last night, I had a class for a bunch of preschool teachers, and I was about an hour and a half away. In Dover, Delaware, right? So like totally different state. Where I live in Maryland, we are close to, it's called the Delmarva Peninsula because it's Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. So all 3 of those states, like you can literally travel in most cases 40 minutes. In most cases, unless you're like northern on the peninsula, and be in one of those other states. So last night I hosted there, and then tomorrow night I have a class in a restaurant here at the beach in Ocean City. And then on Saturday I have a class here in my studio. So I just got like a busy schedule, and what we're doing here is we're just finishing up the sample wreath that I didn't get to finish last night because I was busy hanging out with some ladies making their wreaths. And I was making bows and all the things. And chitty-chatting and doing the thing. So it was a good time. It was a real good time. It's always fun when you're around like a group of teammates and stuff like that. Or even family members. because they've got such a connection with each other, and they'll like, you know, joke around and kid around, and they've got their little inside jokes, and it's just cute. I like it. Always enjoy it. All right, so now we got our bow in here, and now let me just kind of manipulate all of this stuffs, get it where we want it. That's the good thing about working with all this wired stuff, is that you can just boss it around, make it do what you want it to do. And this is really good ribbon, so it's extra obedient, which I love. Alright, so this is what we got that we're working with. Wait, hold on, let me get it up, right, like that. Like that? That's what we're working with. So I'll leave it so it's facing you for now. I'm going to get out some of the flowers. Alright, I'm going to fix my ribbon and get out some of the flowers. Hey, Brandy again. Hey, Ann. Wait, you forgot you're on a 10? You just, oh, hey. Yeah, I remembered you were Ann before I even saw Ann in the thing. See? I'm remembering. Hey, Leanne. Hey, girl, what you doing? I haven't seen your face in a while. How you been? You making some good attachments and some pretty wreaths? What you doing, girl? Oh, okay. This wants to be like difficult. Oh, this is why I use corsage pins. Okay, it's not gonna happen. For ribbon just like that. See, I already done that. Or it's just so dang thick. But even that one didn't want to work. It didn't want to work. You love the cut things, Paula. I love me some purple too. Thanks, Chandra. You love the one behind you. And we did that in the crew tonight. Yeah, we did that one in the crew. This came about because I was lazy and didn't want to put away all my supplies from like my last couple of wreath classes. So I was like, what do I have in front of me? And I'm like, oh, I love that ribbon. Boom. That's what we're teaching. I wanted to do the patriotic swag that I was talking about earlier. I wanted to do that tonight. But I have not done a good job of buying because you know how you build it in your head, and you just got the thing, you got something in mind, you got something in your head, right? And so I've got that, and I haven't done a good job of getting all my supplies. So I got a couple of things I need to get before I can make what I want in my head. And I don't have them, so I was like, well, then I want to make a swag anyway. Aw, I lost that. Hold on. Well, all right, we're gonna give up on the ribbon right now. We're gonna give up on it. Okay, let's go in with some purpley, pinky stuffs. Ooh, ooh. Some of these, we're gonna tear these bouquets up and work with some of the pieces. You're working on, you are. Oh, for the return. Oh, because you're gonna sell them. Love that. Y'all, Leanne, if you are into making wreaths and stuff like that, Leanne makes some beautiful attachments. In fact, some of our friends here in the comments, people make stuff, and they make all kinds of stuff. So you just never know. So I think I'm going to go, I know I don't have any blue in like the ribbon or anything, but I don't really care. And it's got blue or black in it, but I feel like it's going to be pretty. So, and I want some of this kind of like, I don't know, like magenta-y color. All right, so I think I'm going to go in with that and some purple. And if I need to, I can add some cream. Let me see. Or white. Let's do some white pieces. Yeah, this is a great way to clean up from a class. Just use the flowers. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to go in with the purple first. You're big on make what's in front. See? You probably told me that. Hold on, I need a sip of my old soda. And I still have my rice bowl thing from Chipotle that I never ate for dinner. But that's because I got here and it was just a little chaotic between me and not really, but just there was the guy here like cutting the grass and all the stuff around here. He was probably thinking he's here nice and later in the evening, like none of us people will be here bothering him. No, then there's me. I'm like parked in the way at the back doors. I was unloading stuff. Anyway, so just a little bump in the road. Nothing crazy. Right? All right. I'm just gonna feed this in right upside down. Like, I feel like, we'll figure it out. Right? Right. And I am a leaf snob, so if you're someone that's like, oh my gosh, why is she throwing away the leaves? It's okay. I promise it's okay. I didn't feel a thing. Oh. I hit a leaf. I hit a leaf instead of a grapevine. There we go. Is that Nan? Hey, I thought that was your name. You bought Designs by Jordan's Grill Attack. Oh, you did, Leanne. That's so cool. I can't wait to see what you make. The grills are so cool. Like the that whole barbecue theme. That's cute. Because you can work in so many things. Like the ants and all the things if you want to. And you make the best. You just have great attention to detail and stuff. I love your attachments. They're beautiful. You're so talented. So there's some purple in there. Look at that. Right? All right, now I'm going to turn it upside down on you. Don't be mad. Now I'm going to turn it upside down on you. Let's see. I think I'm really going to add in this blue because it has a tish of purple in it. And I know that it seems weird, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, okay? Don't yell at me. I'm going to do it. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. Because the piece even has like little purple berries on it. It's like it should be with purple. It's kind of like a periwinkle anyway. I'm so glad you came in. Yeah. Hey, Jody, I missed your name. Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate that. I missed you coming in. How you doing, girl? Yeah, some of the best advice I've ever gotten is from you, Lori. So, of course. Of course. All right, I think I'm going to put this one kind of up in the bow. I think I am. All right. Let's see, I want to go on this side of it. So everything's like an optical illusion. When you're making wreaths, and what you think is really something coming out of something is really not. It's out of something else. Because we have like wired stems and things like that, and we can move and manipulate. So I can make that bow look like, or not that bow, I can make that flower look like it's glued inside that ribbon, but it's not. It's inside the wreath. So that's one of the nice things about like using faux florals and stuff, is that you have that like flexibility to like move things around. I think I'm gonna come. All right, let's see. Do I want another one here? I feel like it looks more balanced here versus like down here or here, and then I could put the pinks on the edge. I think that's what I want. Paula, so this is what I did. I use little pieces of cut up pool noodle. So you know how like sometimes people will use like cardboard or things like that to make sure that your staple, because I use staple. So, you know, this isn't that thick. The wood here isn't that thick. So a staple would probably go through it and or like, you know, kind of splinter the wood on this side. So I use a tiny piece of I cut a piece, like a pool noodle in sections, like the pool noodle in half, and then those pieces in small sections. And then I use that as like the cushion, and I just staple on pipe cleaners, and then just fed it through the wreath. Yeah. So so for me, I don't do a ton of wreath attachments, but when I attach something, my whole rule of thumb pretty much is if it's like resin, wood, a rough surface, or a surface that I can rough up, then I'll use these cable tie mounts. You can get them on Amazon. Some wreath suppliers will sell them, but these cable tie mounts, and they're adhesive, but I always use like, you know, like a Gorilla Glue or something behind it, or E6000, and then I always hot glue all the way around it and all of that, right? Then another alternative for wood that's really more my favorite is stapling. I just like to staple. It's just permanent. Like, you know, it's not gonna fall off. It's not gonna pop off. And then if it's metal, I like to use a jewelry hole punch and punch a hole in it and then feed like a wire or something through it. So for me, that's the ways that I would attach, depending on what the material of what I'm attaching. Does that make sense? Very seldom do I just go straight in and glue. I like something a little more permanent than that. So yeah, no problem. You love me too, Anne. Me too. Yeah, I know. And Paula, like one of the hardest things I think is the whole attachment, whether it's the bow or this, like that's the hardest part. All of this, like plugging in the flowers and stuff, that's the easy part, right? But those attachments and stuff, and getting them and knowing like what to use for which, and over time you'll kind of figure it out and get the tips and what works best and blah blah blah. I wonder if I have another dark pinky one. If not, I'm going to want to work in some of this pink, maybe. Yes. So I need a little more pink in this. Like, I want this up here. I could put it on like the end and then bring in some of that other pink and fill in the middle. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I like that pink, but I don't want the sleeve. Oops. It's like a magenta-y pink. You know what I mean? Like, I like it. I like it. I just wish I had one more over here. So, where I don't have the exact flower, I'm just going to try to mimic the color. You know what I mean? Not so bad. I really want a third one, but it's not so bad. You can use a piece of the folded ribbon and then staple. Wait, you could all. Oh yes, yes. Or sometimes I do that with like the burlap ribbon. Yes, yes. Great tip, Lori. Great tip. First I was like, wait, what? That's how quick I squirrel, you all. That is how quick those thoughts are fleeting. I will literally have a whole in-depth conversation about something and go right on to something else and go back to the comments like a second later and read a comment that was about what I was talking about and be like, wait, what? What was that? What were we talking about? Like, what is wrong with you? Hey, what? How do you not remember? You just talked about it. The other day on Easter Sunday, I wanted to work in the yard, right? And I knew all I needed to finish Easter Sunday dinner. I made pulled pork, like macaroni and cheese and all that stuff, right? And so all I needed was the potato rolls for the pulled pork, like the sandwiches. Well, I knew, I mean, like, because I should have gotten up and gone to like Walmart or something in the morning. But I was like, man, I wanted to work in the yard. So I was like, oh, I could just go to the Dollar General and get the potato rolls. So I worked in the yard, and then I took my shower and did all the things. And you know, now family's coming over, right? So I was like, oh, let me go get my rolls. So of course I go to Dollar General. You know, I can't just get the rolls. No, I had that little basket. That thing was overflowing with everything but the rolls, and the rolls were in my hand. So I go up to the counter, and I have to stand in line. Totally fine. But of course, you know, I had so much stuff in my little basket that I needed to shift hands. So I put the rolls down at the unopened register and shifted hands and then stood there. Well, when it was my turn, guess what I forgot? The rolls. The only thing I needed at the store. Well, of course, so I pay. Totally chit-chat with the cashier girl. We chit-chat, la, 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 la. I go on home. And now, by the time I get home, now the floodgates have opened. It's now downpouring rain. It's, you know, like awful. So when I got home, I just left the bags in the car thinking all I need, you know, I just had a couple of things in the rolls. I just left the bags in the car. Well, I get like making, and then I got thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't really remember having the bag of rolls. Like, I don't really remember walking to the car with a light bag with rolls in it, right? So then I start panicking. So I go to the car, there's no bag of rolls. I'm like, oh my gosh, the one thing I went to the store for. So then my immediate thought was, and I hope that she doesn't watch me because I just adore her, but my immediate thought was, I got talking to her and she kept my bag. I totally blamed her, right? Not me. No, I was like, you know, we got talking. She forgot to give me my bag. I was like, dang it. So my dad was on the way, and I called my dad and I was like, hey, Dad, can you stop by the Dollar General and get my rolls? I was like, I've already paid for them. He was like, okay. And then as soon as I hang up the phone, I have the moment where I realized that no, I had set them down to like shift the weight, you know, all the things. Anyway, so then I panicked and I called my dad like, wait! I was like, don't go in there and like assume I paid for them. I don't think I paid for them. I was like, if you go in there and at the register that's off, then I didn't pay for them. That's where they were. I'm like, I am losing my mind. And then I told Dad, I was like, here I am trying to blame the girl that works there, and it's me. He was like, Heather. He's like, how do you? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how this happens. But thanks for getting the rolls. Anyway, I'm so I am well-intentioned. I'm just a hot mess. So I'm going to have to tell, well, actually, no, when she sees me, she's probably going to laugh at me and be like, did you forget your rolls? I'm like, yeah, I did. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go in one more place over here, and then we're going to come back to some more greenery. So we need to thicken this up. I'm technically over my time. However, we're the last people, and, you know, I don't like to be, like, rude and break all the rules, but you want to see me finish the wreath, right? Like, we're not interrupting anybody, so I'll be quick. We won't be too rude. All right, so let's go in with a little more greenery. Let me hold this up so you can kind of see what we got going on. But look at like all the purple. All right, so the bow is purple and black and white. And then you got like this white letter. But look at how we worked in some of the other colors, and they're unexpected colors, which I love. I love that. All right, let's add in some more greenery. Like this. And thicken it up. And then we can be done. And then, let's see. I'm probably just gonna grab my dinner and go home. And just get up early tomorrow, come here and unpack and repack. think that's just what I'll do. Is just start fresh tomorrow. Right? Like that's just what we should do. It's just too late. Thanks, Leanne. You do the same thing too much corner? That's what I said. Also, if I need to remember why I walk into a room, most especially if I walk upstairs, by the time I'm thinking of something downstairs and I get up them stairs, I'm like, what the heck was I even doing? So my solution is listening. If you need a little tippy tip, here you go. Because my solution is I chant it. I chant it. I just chant it. I don't care. Crew's like, Mom, what are you doing? The dogs are even looking at me. But I'll literally be going up those stairs like, car charger, car charger, car charger, car charger, the whole way out there. Or I'll be like, mascara, or if I forgot my deodorant, deodorant. I will say it the whole way I go up them steps. Because if I don't, I'll be like, what was I doing? You know what I mean? Any of y'all do it? I know you all do it. I know we all do it. That is a common thing. Like, there's no way we all do that. But crew especially would be like, Mom, why are you? And I'll be like, listen. Now you just listen. It's whatever we need to do, right? It's just whatever. Whatever works for us. Leanne, I'm excited to see you in just a few weeks. Some of us are meeting up in Savannah. So if any of you all are feeling froggy, looking for a little, a little rendezvous where you want to just play with some pretty flowers and make some pretty things and meet some people who all like that too. And P.S. be overlooking the river in downtown Savannah. I would love to welcome you to come to Summertime in the South. And it's June. It's that first weekend in June. I think it's like June. Is it 5th or something like that? It's the first weekend in June. We have, still have, I think like 20 seats or something like that available. Leanne will be there. Leanne comes and she actually sells her attachments. And she's been coming for a long time, so she knows just how amazing it is. The make and takes are top notch, y'all. Top notch. I'm going to be making mine here soon, and I'm going to do a little teaser video so you can actually see it. Candy's made hers, and her video is out, and Jen's going to be making hers. And then Derica teaches a wreath attachment, and Charlotte teaches a fake bake. So it's very cool. So if you're looking for something like that, or you're local in that Savannah area, drivable, I'd love to have you. Such a great time. Hey, Cindy, what's up, lady? You always ask yourself, when did I come here? I know. That question irritates the living daylights out of me, Lori. I'm going to tell you right now. I feel like I waste so much time like this. Mouth open. Mouth open. And Bobby knows when he sees it too. He's like, you don't know what you're doing. Like, no, I don't know. I don't know. Have a mercy. I don't know. But whatever. The retreats are amazing. You're going to treat you like your daughter. You're safe leaving there. This lady that you were, I appreciate you thinking about me. They will give me back. They will give me back. They will be like, we got a dud. We gonna give you back. You know what? Second thought. Maybe we just leave her here. Yeah. I wouldn't be worth it. Like she's a feisty old broad. All right, I'm almost done filling in here, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. It's a pretty busy and active area. Like I'm right on the main highway. It's so lit up. It's pretty active. And the radio station is right here, 2 doors down from me, like in the same center that I'm in. And most of the time it's got somebody there, like somebody has to be there to man something. So I'm never really like, I don't feel like I'm like, if you know what I mean, like if something were to go wrong or something like that, like I feel like. And the cops always hang out down here by the car dealership. There's a big car dealership right down here on the highway, which is a perfect little spot for them to tuck into, to pull people over. Ask me how I know. But I got a warning. I got a warning. I did get pulled over last week. I did. I got a warning though. But anyway, but I also, it was late at night. He was probably also wondering, you know what I mean? He was disappointed when it was just an old craft lady. But anyhow, like, dang it. You mean there's no drinking or drunk? Dang it. No, but I got a warning. But I'm just saying, there's always like police around the area, because they it's a highway. This is where they want to pull people over. Right where you're going to cross state lines is where they like to pull you over, because most of the time they're getting somebody out of state and you're not going to come and fight it. Right? You're just going to pay it. There's a method to the madness. But I love our guys in blue. I am not knocking the police force. I appreciate what they do for us. So never alone. That's true too, girl. Hey, David, what are you doing? And Joy, what are you doing? I miss your face. Are you excited? London's having a baby and another girl. You can't get out of the girls, can you? You could just have one boy. I'll let you borrow Crew. He'll come see you. He loves you. He talks about y'all all the time. What you doing? I miss you. I'm so excited for you. And Lucy's going to be the best big sister. She is so stinking sweet. So, I'm happy for them. Always over, I have to leave and come back. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. Like David's saying what I was saying about leaving it. We're always going to forget. So, Vivian's like, okay, good. Yeah. I think sometimes that's why Bobby likes to come up here too. Like he doesn't like me being by myself, so he wants to always make sure like. All right. And just because this is already cut, I'm just gonna find a home for it, just like on like the edge or whatever. Like, you don't want people to look on the inside of the wreath and see grapevine. So try to make sure all of that stuff is nice and covered up. Alright, I'm just using what's cut. I'm not cutting any other pieces. I'm just gonna use what's on my table that's cut. Alright. Alright, and one more piece. Alright, y'all. I feel like we have had a full night. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, it turned out pretty full. Look at what we made. And we tore this apart and started over because it's from my class last night. And of course I never got to do it because we were running around and helping, right? So here we go. Some little unexpected colors, right? So it's not just a boring monogram wreath. I love it. I'm going to trim off some things in the back here. Then I'm going to let y'all go. But thanks for hanging out with me. I've been enjoying these Thursday nights. I appreciate you all taking the time to hang out with me and stuff. You're the best. So I'll get a picture of this tomorrow and I'll get it posted on my page. So thanks for hanging out with me. And listen, if you're here with me, hanging out with me, don't forget Craft Around the Clock. It's a totally free group. I've tagged it in my description, so you can just like press the screen, and even on the replay, right? And the description will pop up, and you can just click right on the tag and join the group. It's totally free. Just answer a couple of the questions, and that's just to make sure you're not a bot or whatever. And join. You can meet so many just lovely people who are extremely talented and just have a lot of creative, amazing designs, and there's just a lot of unique programming. So I love that, and it's so much of it. Tracy runs an amazing program. She's always got live crafters Monday through Friday, pretty much from sun up to sundown, so, and even beyond. So check it out. And then usually some events streamed in on the weekends. So quite a full schedule. And then if you found me through Craft Around the Clock, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed it enough to follow me for more. So thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. I really appreciate y'all. So have a happy weekend. I hope you make good choices. See y'all. Oh, there's Uncle Jim. Hey, crew. Oh, you want crew? You can have crew. He will come see you. You want him to come? You might be the one thing that we get that child on a plane. I don't know. Right now, he's just probably solving some kind of equation, some kind of physical thing, physics. You know, he's just nuts. But you can't hit the right keys, Mike. All right, y'all, I'm going to let you go. See ya.